What is up, everybody? This is Power to Womxn, and this is the 36th episode. Wow, 36 whole episodes. This is an amazing journey that we have been on together. So, today, my very special friend of the show is Groot. So here's Groot. His little leaves are a little sun damaged, but you know what? He's still hanging on, and he looks so freaking cute. Like, look at him. I freaking love Groot. He is so freaking cute and kind, and he likes good music too. Like, what a perfect guy. Just kidding. But yeah, so that's my special friend of the day, and he is going to help me talk about a very, very brilliant and amazing young woman that I'm honestly looking up to, because she is not that much older than me. So it's freaking cool that I am able to see somebody who's practically my age do amazing things. So the woman I'm talking about today is Tiera Guinn Fletcher. So she's an amazing woman. I really couldn't find a set birthday for her, but I know that she was born in 1999, so that makes her 22 years old. I'm just about to turn 21, so we're about a year apart. And she is doing amazing things. Like, wow. Wow. You know what I mean? So she was born in a small town outside of Atlanta, Georgia, which is pretty cool. I've only been to Georgia once, and it was to fly through on a stop to go somewhere else. So I've only been there once, but I've never really explored the town or anything like that. But I really want to. I think that would be super cool, you know? Go get a peach from Georgia. Oh, wow. So, fun fact. So when she was younger, her mom and dad noticed that she was really big into math and numbers and stuff like that. And when I say younger, I mean when she was like 6 years old, okay? When she was 6 years old, her parents would encourage her and kind of like make her, not like force her, but kind of like make her count coupons and calculate the totals of all the items in the shopping cart when they would go shopping. So when they would go shopping, she would calculate all the items plus tax plus subtract all the stuff, like whatever coupons they had, subtract that from the total, so that way her parents would have the total before they even went up to check out. But she was 6 years old when she was doing this. 6. I don't even think I was counting by 6. Like, wow. I mean, I was probably counting, but like not addition counting, you know. But that just goes to show how brilliant she is, and she's been like that since she was born, which is freaking amazing. So when she was 11, she actually had a very big passion for aerospace engineering, which is super cool and super freaking smart. You know, I don't even think I knew what that was at 11. But before then, she always had a passion for STEM related like careers and classes and stuff like that. So she wanted to be a scientist, an inventor, a mathematician. She wanted to be all these things until she figured out at 11 what aerospace engineering was, and she was like, that's what I want to do. So going through like middle school and high school, when she was able to choose her own classes, she actually chose classes to help her along the aerospace engineering. So she would take a lot of math classes, she would take a lot of science classes, a lot of astronomy classes, stuff like that, so that way she would be prepared for the future, which, wow. Like, I was not thinking of picking classes in high school or middle school for my future. I was just picking them because it's like, for one, you have to have a certain courses, so yeah, those. But then the other ones, I'm like, okay, which one's gonna be the easiest one that I can get there? You know what I mean? Because like, I was not about to challenge myself in school because I didn't really know what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, you know. But that is so awesome that she knew what she wanted to be and she went for it. You know what I mean? Which is freaking amazing. Like, I wish we all could feel like that, you know, because I know a lot of people do. Like, when they're little, they're like, okay, I'm gonna be a firefighter, and then they know that for sure, and they grow up to be a firefighter, you know what I mean? But some people like me, and comment down below if you are the same way, when you grow up, you're like, I want to be everything. You know what I mean? I want to do every single thing in this world because I want the experience. I want to experience everything. But that doesn't really help you when you're going into college and they're like, okay, what are you going to major in? What? Everything? No. Like, that's why I think that was super awesome that she knew what she wanted to be, because I still kind of have no idea, but I'm getting a little bit of a hang of it now, which she had like 10-year jump on me, but who cares, you know what I mean? We all go at our own pace, and I'm just glad that she knew what she wanted to do when she was younger, because I think that's freaking amazing, and that makes her super smart, you know what I mean? So in 2017, in June, she actually graduated from MIT, so Massachusetts Institute of Technology, with a Bachelor's of Science in Aerospace Engineering. So that's right, she did go into aerospace engineering, and she went to MIT. Like, wow. What a prestigious school, you know what I mean? And then in May 2021, so just a few months ago, I actually graduated in May 2021 also, but she graduated from Duke University with a Master's of Engineering Management. So she is very, very smart, and she is going into engineering, which is freaking amazing, you know what I mean? We always need more women in the engineering world because, as a lot of people know, the STEM and the STEM career field is mostly male dominated. And so I think it's really cool that she's like taking control of that and being like, no, women are allowed here too, which I think is freaking amazing, you know what I mean? So actually, during her time at MIT, she was also a part-time rocket structural design and analysis engineer at the Boeing company, specifically working on NASA's Space Launch System. So she was working pretty much for NASA when she was still working to get her bachelor's degree, which is, wow, you know what I mean? When I was younger, even still today, I still kind of want to do this, but when I was like younger, I always wanted to work for NASA because I think that would be just so freaking cool. And I love space, you know what I mean? If you know me, I talk about space a lot. You know, I did a whole series about astronomy, and I just really love space, and I love everything about it. And I always wanted to work for NASA, but never got the opportunity. But she actually got an internship at NASA when she was in high school, I believe. So that's kind of how she transferred over into the Boeing company when she was getting her bachelor's degree. So that's super cool, you know? So in fact, she is now a full-time employee at the Boeing company. So that's really cool. Like, they kept her and kept her through her education, you know what I mean? Because some companies, they're like, okay, if you don't have an education, we're not going to sponsor you, we're not going to have you work here or anything like that. You have to get your education first, then do that. But no, they actually let her stay part-time until she got her master's, and then they transfer her to a full-time position, which is really cool, you know what I mean, that they allowed her to do that. And I would like to do that, but I'm definitely not that smart. But I think that's super cool that she's doing that because, like I said, we need more women in the STEM field. So if you're wondering what you should do and you like math or science or technology, go into the STEM career field. Because you know what? For one, getting scholarships to go to college for a STEM field, and if you're a woman, you're probably going to have a high chance of getting really good scholarships because most scholarships go to people who need it, you know what I mean, and people who are disadvantaged in the college, you know what I mean, and being a woman in a STEM field degree path, you would be probably one of very few, so you would probably get that scholarship. So if you need money to go to school, think about going into a STEM career, and you could probably get lots of scholarships. So yeah, go do that because we need more women in the STEM field career, you know what I mean? So actually, she's working. So at the Boeing company, she's working to build a NASA space launch system in New Orleans, Louisiana. So she currently lives in New Orleans, which is really cool. I've never been there either, but I would really like to, especially during like Mardi Gras season. That would be freaking amazing, you know what I mean? So actually, she is one of the lead engineers and designers working on the space launch system for NASA, which aims to put humans on Mars. Wow. The area that she works on is the exploratory upper stage of the spacecraft, which helps the craft complete its ascent phase. She is part of the engine section task leading team responsible for this. She's also the youngest member of that team, which is freaking amazing. Like, wow. I can't even fathom what she's doing, you know what I mean? She is a modern day Hidden Figures, you know what I mean? I did forget to mention that she is a black woman. So not only is she a woman making great achievements, she's also a black woman making even greater achievements, you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's so freaking cool that she's just doing this, you know what I mean? And she's living her life, doing what she wants to do, and she was given that opportunity to do that. And that's super cool, you know what I mean? Because not everybody has the opportunity to go to big colleges or to even go to college, you know, or to even get a really good job, you know. And she is a very, very lucky and smart and deserving woman who deserves everything that she's getting because she is an amazing woman, you know what I mean? So she is trying to help others along the way. You know, she's not just rising to the top and not looking behind. She's looking behind, you know, and she has a whole section on her website which is called Engineering Girl, I believe, and it says, like, if you want me to come talk to a school, you want me to come talk to events, to the youth. She wants to go out and talk to youth and young adults who might not know what they want to do, or just in general, just talk to them and tell them, like, anything is possible if you believe and if you work hard enough, because it is, you know. You can have anything you want in this world. Because you know why? We were put on this earth to have everything that we want. And I feel like if everybody just starts walking around with that kind of attitude, like, oh, I want it, I can have it, you know, I feel like we would get everything we want, you know. And I feel like a lot of people would be more happy, because I feel like right now people are like, oh, I want that, but it just seems so unachievable, or I don't know if I'm smart enough, or I don't know if I'm good enough, you know. I feel like a lot of people walk around with these doubts in their heads that tell them that they're not. But you know what? You are. You are. So I'm here to tell you right now, you are good enough. And if you walk around like you deserve everything in this world, because you do deserve everything in this world that you want, then you're going to get everything you want. And you're going to have a happy life, you know? And I think I'm trying to do that a lot more, because don't get me wrong, I was like that, you know what I mean? Like, I walked around for a long time thinking I wasn't smart enough to do the job I'm doing, you know what I mean? But then something happened and I'm just kind of like, okay, obviously I am smart enough because I got the job. And B, I deserve everything that I want, because it's me, you know? Why would I fail myself, you know? But yeah, so if you want to get in touch with Tiera, you can on her website, and if you're like a school advisor or anything like that, you could have her come talk to your students, or just like if you're a group leader of something, you can have her come talk to your group, anything like that. She would probably more than willing to be able to come and talk, or Zoom in or anything like that. So I thought that was really cool, because a lot of people don't do that, and a lot of people don't give the information to, like, for people to reach out to them. So I thought that was really cool that Tiera included that on her website. So yeah. So to go into a little bit of her personal life, just a little bit, she's actually married to a fellow aerospace engineer, which is so cool. Like, that's like a fairy tale. Like, wow, you know, they don't work together. They work in different sections, but they still work at NASA and the Boeing company. So that's super cool. And together they have 2 beautiful sons, which is super cool. And I'm glad that they're starting a young family and starting a family that's hopefully gonna grow and do good for this world, because Tiera is an amazing person and she's doing so much good in this world, you know what I mean? And because she's doing so much good in this world, she is recognized, which she should be, you know what I mean? So she received, in 2017, the Good Housekeeping's Awesome Woman Award, which recognizes women who are impacting the world for the better by overcoming social constraints and influencing the world around them. And she's doing exactly like that, you know what I mean? Like I said, she is a black woman, you know what I mean? And she is overcoming so many obstacles. But that's not stopping her. You know what I mean? She's not saying, oh, it's too hard for me. It's not. No, she's not. She's like, I want it. I deserve it. I'm going to get it. You know? Which is freaking amazing. Also in 2017, she received the Albert G. Hill Prize at MIT, which recognizes students in their junior or senior year who have excelled academically and impacted the environment at MIT in a way that improves campus climate for other minorities. Which is freaking amazing. You know, not only is she helping the whole world, she's helping the places that she's been to. So fun fact, when she was in MIT, her GPA when she graduated was 5.0. That means that she had perfect straight A's plus extra credit. Wow. Plus living her life, you know what I mean? Plus living through that college experience, you know what I mean? That's hard. And like I said, she was also working a part-time job during that. So, wow. Like, when I tell you, I was really inspired and surprised when I found out who Tiera was, because she's such an amazing woman. You know what I mean? And I'm so glad that she's alive today, and I'm so glad that she's making her voice heard, and I'm so glad that she is just carving the way for other women to follow in her footsteps, you know what I mean? Which is super cool. And like I said, we need more women in the STEM field, so yeah. So on November 8th, 2018, she won the Most Promising Engineer Industry Award at the 2019 Black Engineer of the Year Awards, which is freaking amazing, you know what I mean? But overall, she deserves everything that she has, and I am so excited to see what she does next, because like I said, she's building a rocket that can put people on Mars. Wow. Like, we're going to go to Mars because of Tiera, which is so freaking cool, and I want you to remember her name, Tiera Guinn Fletcher. When you hear on the news that the first human has stepped foot on Mars, I want you to remember her name, because she is the name that helped build that rocket to get them there. And I'm just so glad that she's alive today, and I'm so glad that she is so young, because that means she has so many years, so many, to keep achieving great things, you know what I mean? And I'm so excited to see where she goes. And I'm also really, like, excited, and I think it's kind of cool that she's kind of like the same age as me, because we're pretty much going to be growing up together, which is freaking amazing, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that we are on the same earth and the same continent and the same country for us to be able to live, you know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense, but I just thought that was cool that she's in the United States and she's helping everybody here. And so yeah, she's an amazing woman who I am very excited to see what she accomplishes next. You know, and I hope you are too, and I hope you all follow along with whatever she does. But yeah, so I didn't really find a lot of information about her, just because she is so young, so there's not, like, she's just so young, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of things that I can go into and look into in her life, because she is still a very private person. She doesn't, like I said, I couldn't even find her birthday out there, but, which is really cool, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I don't want her to be all up in the public or anything like that. It's her choice, but I just couldn't really find a lot of other information. But the information I did find was super good, and I hope you all thought that too. But yeah, so that was Tiera Guinn Fletcher. Oh, by the way, Fletcher is actually her husband's last name. So her name before she was married was Tiera Guinn, and that's super cool. I kind of like that name. But yeah, so that was Tiera, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you keep following along with her. So let's move into the positive segment time. Woo! Today's going to be a very exciting positive segment time. Sorry, I spoke too fast. Just because the positive segment that I have is super cool. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to read it because it's an article, so I'm going to read it, okay? So, bird-friendly turbines. Yeah. Birds colliding with turbine blades is one of the main negative effects of onshore wind farms. But a 9-year study at Norway's Samala wind farm has found that bird strikes can be cut by up to 70% simply by painting one blade of a wind turbine black. Scientists believe this reduces what they call motion smear, allowing birds to see the 3 rotating blades. Trondheim-based researcher Dr. Roland May says further tests at other wind farms are needed to confirm the findings. So, as we all know, and I'm sure everybody has seen at least one wind turbine in their life, they're freaking huge, you know what I mean? And I can understand why so many birds die from them, you know, and it's super sad to think all we would have to do is to paint one blade black, and that could save so many, like, up to 70% of birds, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's such an easy fix, so I don't understand why further tests need to be, like, tested, just because it's such an easy fix, you know, and if this is going to save birds, which is, like, that's what we should be doing, because it's saving animals, but that's in my opinion, and I know other people have other opinions, but yeah, so that was the positive segment, and I hope you all enjoyed, and that was also, sadly, the episode. I know, so short, I'm sorry, but next one will be probably longer. Don't know yet, because I don't know the person I'm talking about next. But yeah, so I hope everybody enjoyed this episode, and I hope everybody has an amazing day, and I hope you keep following along with Tiera, because she's an amazing woman. And as always, you can find this podcast on all podcasting mediums, and you can find it on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube at Power to Womxn. Also, if you want to go check out my personal Instagram page at EmilyNichols00, that'd be awesome. And my personal Twitter page at YoungEmily1864, that'd also be awesome. Also, if you want to go check out my podcast that I do with my brother called the 5 Cent Club, we are talking about the Gateway Experience, which is, wow, I've been listening to the video clips, and let me tell you, wild. So if you want to go listen to what the Gateway Experience is, go check out the 5 Cent Club on all podcasting mediums. Also, on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at the 5 Cent Club. So as always, everybody, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Stay safe out there, stay healthy, and remember Tiera's name when the first person steps foot on Mars, because she's the one who helped. Okay? And if you want to go into STEM, or if you just want to pursue anything, go for it. Because you know what? You deserve everything that you want. Because why not? You deserve it. Okay? Stay safe out there. As always, I'll talk to you and see ya next week. Peace and aliens be with ya.